I surprised my sister with a trip to Utah and Las Vegas for her 16th birthday, so come with me on day one. Manny and I flew in super late on Friday night to get the rental car and have everything ready to go to Utah in the morning when my mom and my sister got there. We really only had 2 full days there because my sister had to go back to school, so I had an itinerary ready. This is the first vacation that I planned where every single hour was booked and busy. So we woke up really early and we headed over to a Target. There was only one Target and I had to pay $17 to park. I would normally never do that. We were literally just running in to grab a case of water because we were not about to be in the desert dying of thirst. So we picked up my mom and Grace and we started heading over to Utah. It was about a 2.5 hour drive and it was so beautiful. Since I moved away from home, I don't really get to spend that much time with them, so I started getting so emotional. We really didn't get to travel much when I was younger, so this was kind of like our first real big vacation together. A giant truck flew past us and almost took us out trying to take these tourist photos, but I guess it was worth it. And then we finally got to the coral pink sand dunes, which is where we were going to take an ATV tour. It took us a minute to find this because there's literally no service out there, and we were so excited that we forgot to screenshot the directions, but we were literally so excited. We were all too scared to drive, so I just had Manny drive, and he was actually really good at it. Basically, the tour was about 2 hours long. The first thing we did was drive the ATVs up to this mountain ridge where you could stop and take pictures. It was so bumpy, but so fun. And then we got off on this little ridge where you could see all of the mountains and the canyons. I was so happy that I bought meta glasses so that I could capture special moments with my sister like this. There's nothing like hiking in a knee brace. This was so beautiful. These literally don't even look real, but let me tell you, because of the elevation, we were all dying going back up this hill. So those Target waters came in clutch. And then we had like an hour left of the tour, so we finally got to the part that was all sand. I've never seen anything like this. It literally felt like you were on a completely different planet, and the sun started to go down. It was just so beautiful. We all just couldn't stop saying how amazing this was, and at this point there was no trees, so he started whipping it. And then we finally got to this peak where you could either do sandboarding or sled down the sand, and everybody in my group agreed that if we tried to go down on our feet, it was going to end in pain and disaster. But look at Manny go. This hill really doesn't look that big in the video, but it was absolutely massive, and climbing back up it was an Olympic sport. And even though they gave us clear instructions, my mom just decided not to follow them, so she literally had sand in crevices that nobody should have sand in, and we couldn't figure out why until I watched the footage back and seen her absolutely eating it. It's actually so funny. I probably replayed that video about 100 times. And then we got the most insane sunset that I've ever seen. It was actually like a blood moon or full moon or something like that, so there was no stars, but the moon looked insane. And then we started to head back. My husband was so distracted with my beauty that he almost took us out, and then we drove to the cutest little hotel that I've ever stayed at in my life. I'll show you guys more for day 2.